What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. Ruger SFAR is back from the factory. She had to go for a little bit of repair. Now she's back. Let's see what happened. Now, where we left off with initial testing, we were at 136 rounds with quite a lot of failures. Now, there was something going on here with the gas system or something. We sent it back to Ruger. We were primarily running M80 ball through it, and a lot of people were saying run 308 and run, different hunting loads and this and that, and I was of the opinion that this gun is supposed to be running both. I'm thinking that it was designed to run M80 ball because that's primarily what most people are going to find. That's the most common ammunition that's probably going to be run through this gun. So I stuck to the M80 ball, and it was choking like crazy. We sent it to Ruger. They had a great turnaround time. I have to say that about Ruger. Absolutely phenomenal on turnaround time. The gun was in transit for about 4 days. It was at the factory for, I think, 1 day being fixed, and then it was shipped out on the next day, transit for 4 more days. So I got this gun turned around in under 2 weeks from the factory. Now, on the repair sheet from Ruger, it said complete upper assembly replacement. So I'm assuming that's the entire upper, the guts, everything. It was also noted that they fired 100 rounds with no malfunctions. Let's see how we do. The magazine came back with a red piece of tape on it. I don't know what that means other than maybe clear, but I do have to point out one thing that is already striking me as not being right with this gun. Now, if you want to lock the bolt open, you grab the charging handle, you pull down, and then this small portion here of the button, you push down and then you release. But that's not doing the trick here. It's not locking it back. You notice the bolt went forward again. So retract the bolt back. I'm going all the way down on the charging handle. I'm pushing down hard and I'm letting it go, and it's not catching it. It's intermittently catching it like that. I can drop it, and there you go. It's not catching it like it should. Let me take this apart and show you something. So here is that mechanism, and when you push on the lower portion, this comes up and grabs the bolt that's up in there, and it prevents it from moving forward. It hangs on that tip, and then when you push the button here, it drops it down. It's normally in that position when it's hung up. You push the button, it drops the bolt. So this one in particular, it just seems a little bit wobbly. Not terrible, but let me open up my CMMG and we'll compare real quick. So here's the CMMG Mark III, and it does appear that this one is in there tighter. For sure. The way it's supposed to work is retract the bolt back, push the button, no problem, stays up. Just like that. Drop the bolt. If I want to lock it back, charge the charging handle, push down, we're locked. It should always be just that simple. So I don't know what's going on with that. That's really disappointing. I thought that that would have gone through another level of quality control before it left the door. They might have tested, function with 100 rounds, but did they test the simple things like that? We have 64 more rounds to run through this gun before we get through our 200 round ammo test. So we'll find out right now in the next 64 rounds if this gun does run. We're finishing off this 200 round can of Federal Lake City brass. Here's a 20 round magazine. This is the one that came back from the factory with the gun. Nothing super scientific about this one. We're just gonna hit that steel. It did feed around. Still zeroed pretty well. I did move the optic up 1 notch, so it's not perfect, but .20 rounds ran. Let's go look at the target real quick. I got a little bit sloppy with a couple of my shots here, but for the most part, it's a really good recoil impulse. It settles right back down. You pull the trigger, boom, it settles. You can almost time it perfectly when you get into a good cadence. It's got that kind of a recoil with this brake. You just settle it down, bang, 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 bang. Every time you can kind of time it just to hit perfectly right there. Pretty good. So the bolt did hold itself open, even if it doesn't like it when I tell it to hold open. Let's continue with 20 more rounds. I got a little bit closer because I'm going to go a little bit faster. we had a malfunction here. So that is a bolt override, and we are on gas setting number 2. So that's not good. It didn't damage the bullet, so I'm going to put it right back in there. That time we had the bolt not lock open, but it's empty. All right, so one bolt override so far. The magazine catch is wobbly, and it didn't lock back on the last round that last time. So let's go with 20 more rounds. This time I'm gonna shoot left-handed just because it's good training and this is getting kind of boring with this gun. Well, we did not like to feed that round. The magazine is in there, I promise you. But right there, a failure to feed properly. So we will try to remediate this. The round does not appear damaged. It fed that time. Lock the bolt open. That was pretty sloppy shooting on my part. That's why you practice these kind of things, but we have 4 more rounds to go. Let me load those up real quick. All right, the last 4 out of those 200. You can't make this up. Take a look at that mess. Yikes. We have a failure to extract one round, and then we have a trying to feed the other round. So this is going to fall apart like this. And you're going to see an empty that didn't remove itself. So that really sucks. Did not lock its bolt back open, but it did extract the brass. It manually locked open. From initial appearance, the extractor looks fine, but we'll have to take it apart and take a better look. And let's not just stop at that 200. While we're on a roll of absolutely angering this gun, let's run some steel case Wolf ammunition with a steel magazine, 20 rounds. Did not like to feed that round. It fed it after some help. And then it did not feed around. Let's see if we can blame that on a magazine. Let's put that back into a P-mag. All right, the steel ammo in the magazine that this gun kind of likes. All right, it ran them. I will tell you one thing right now. I had my thumb creeping up here by that gas block. That's hot as heck. That's a big wide open port right there. That's the perfect place to want to rest your hand. I'm gonna call that not a good move right there. Your finger literally falls right into that hole and touches the gas block. And I know people are gonna say that's what gloves are for, but you don't always have gloves, and besides, I'm not that tactical. I will say this. The Theturkey target has finally just about had enough. We poked enough holes in it today. It already had a crack and a split and a gouge, but today we put 1, 2, 3, 4, and almost 5 holes in it. It could have been that wolf ammo. I don't think that was the M80 ball, but yeah, we screwed up today and destroyed more steel. Like always, it was already on its way out. It's definitely not dead. I mean, this thing has tens of thousands of more hits, but ouch. But seriously, I'll give credit where credit's due. That's a Theturkey steel target. I've had that thing for like 5 or 6 years, and it has taken hit after hit after hit. Countless hits, and it's pretty awesome. But when it comes to this thing, I really don't know. I've never actually had to take a gun off of my hands on this channel and hang it up and get away from it like I've had to do with this gun. Maybe the Smith & Wesson M&P 10, that was pretty close to getting thrown into the woods, but this one is just absolutely aggravating. I don't know what the deal is. I would think it would come back from quality control, a little bit more quality controlled. I appreciate Ruger doing the quick turnaround. I really appreciate the whole brand new upper that is supposedly on this gun. I really appreciate that, but something is still not right. I'm running just regular ammo. I guess I'm gonna start running maybe some 308 through it eventually, but I don't even know. This thing's just not functioning with 2 different types of ammo now, a couple different types of magazines. I don't really know where to go with this gun other than probably just not have it anymore. Just probably get rid of it. I could give Ruger another chance with it, but we'll have to see. I'm going to take it apart. I'm going to look at it. If I find anything abnormal, I'll share that with you. But if everything looks normal, there's no point in sharing it. I'll probably put up a post or something like that. The bottom line is something's not right. The buffer system, the gas system, a combination of both, maybe just parts compatibility between top and bottom, which is usually not going to be a factor, but I can't imagine it's ammo related. I can't believe that it's Magpul magazine related. I just don't know. So we'll figure something out to do with it, and we'll let you know what happens with it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry it was kind of a disappointing video for anybody that has this SFAR. It's just honest testing, it's honest reviews. That's what I try to give you guys. It's good money that we have to spend on these rifles, so I try to give you a heads up if something's not right. Until we see you next time, stay safe, have fun, and keep shooting. Rifles that shoot.